Some of you right now, your partner is fucking broken, and if you can help fix them, they are the most dangerous son of a bitch in the world. Do you fucking question your partner's intentions? Do you think they want to fuck you up? Do you think they want to tear you down? No, then quit fucking responding like they're trying to tear you down.
Watch out, 'cause I'm here now and I'm staying. Claws out, this the fight that I've been craving. I know there's something inside
The
of me.
same life. How do we become more like-minded? I started to talk about, a lot of times we tend to compare ourselves with other couples and other people that are out there. Now, I have a segment that I teach during our events that I call the 3 dangerous C's, which is comparing, right? Complaining and conforming. And I talk about that a lot because I think that we do that a lot in our marriages as couples. We tend to compare ourselves with other couples, and wives, we tend to compare our husbands with other husbands and say, look at the way he praises his wife. Look at what he does. Look at what she's doing for him. Look how much love she's showing and all of these other things. Or why aren't you working out like her? How come you're not motivated to do this? Like, it's all wrong. I'm just telling you, we can't do that. And we fell prey of doing that ourselves in our relationship. And I'm just going to tell you that you're never going to find what you're looking for if you start comparing yourselves. You really don't know all the sacrifices, all the heartaches, and all the fights that it took to get those people where they are. And maybe if you trade places with them, you wouldn't want to go through that experience anyway. So never compare to each other. I think a lot of times we complain to the wrong people about what we're doing, prematurely when we have an idea or a goal. It's very important to share those sacrifices together as a couple, but don't talk to other people around it that can talk you out of your goal or make you question your goal, where they talk you out of your dreams, because you're going to have trials and tribulations along the way. And they're going to be like, why did you give up this for this? And then it's going to make you question that, because we all have our moments of weakness. We all have our moments where we're going to question our ability to do something. And we are human, and that happens. So I suggest not talking to outside people that are going to that have that limited mindset, that don't know what that growth really looks like. Unless you're really talking to a mentor that really has the same goals and aspiration and does everything. We talk about following a mentor that has the relationship side of it, that has the business side of it, that actually cares about people, and somebody you want to emulate. Sometimes we tend to find so many different mentors, and you're looking for one person here and the other one, and that's why, we tend to fail. So when you tend to look for somebody to follow, always find somebody that actually has the same values and morals that you have, and somebody that your wife is going to be okay with you looking up to as well. When you first started your endeavor in business, or even in your relationship, you took a lot of risks in the beginning, and you didn't really have anything to lose because you didn't have the money. You didn't have the success that you have like today. And getting to the next income bracket, for example, is really hard, and you find like you get stuck in a sense. You're stuck in your relationship because you're stuck doing the same things. And you basically don't take those same risks, or you don't try to prove yourself anymore in business or your relationship. And you almost get that sense of entitlement. You get your sense of entitlement in business and think, like, I already proven myself. When you first started, you're like, hey, I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to prove myself. When you didn't have anything, you're like, I'm going to make sure they know my name. I'm the hardest worker in the room. I'm the one that's going to make my name be known. Same thing in the relationship. And all of a sudden you conform, and then you wonder why your relationship has gone stagnant. You wonder why your income has stayed stagnant, or you can't save money, or your bank account doesn't grow. It's the same thing as that conforming.
I want to say something too. On the conforming side, I'm going to go to the flip side of it. So I would always say, because I told you guys, we always had a better marriage than everybody else. So like, some of you in here, you're the fucking best. And that's why you can't fucking grow.
Compared to who?
But I would say, I'd be like, babe, she'd be like, Andy, this is what we're going to do. And I'd be like, or she'd be like, I need you to do better. And dude, immediately I would strike. And I would say, babe, you fucking see them? I'm not doing shit like that. Dude, listen, these guys on Sunday, dude, they're out playing golf and shit. Like, I'm fucking home with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with my family. And she's like, you're going to fucking compare yourself to fucking them?
I'm like, well, I could be
Like-
the wife that goes and shops all day like all these other freaking wives do while they're going.
Yeah, she's like, but my point is that your partner's job is to fucking identify how badass you can fucking become, and then believe in you to be that badass, and then fucking tell you, go fucking become it, because I believe you. So don't get fucking mad when your partner says, hey, you need to get a six-pack. And you're like, I don't fucking like that. Hey, I'm not fat like him. Most of these, hey, shh. She wants you to get fucking shredded. Shut your fucking mouth. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andy. A lot of you leave comments telling me that you need help. Do me a favor. I'm going to tell you the best way to get a hold of me. Shoot me a text message right now, 918-210-0254. 918-210-0254. I'll help you with whatever you need. I got your back for life. Let's get back to the video. Do you want her to want you? Do you? My point is that a lot of us in here, when our partner tells us that we're built for more, we've conformed, we've settled.
Just to kind of go with that, because he talks a lot about fitness, and a lot of people are like, well, that's crazy because that's not important to us. Okay, so just so you know the history of Andy, like he has a lot of obese people in his family. Like they're all like obese, like huge. To him, fitness has always been a part of him. So there was a time, like we talk about and we laugh about that time that I went and I grabbed him by the back, and he's like, what are you doing? And I squeezed his little love handles, and I was like, we're getting a little comfortable.
Awful.
But it wasn't necessarily like, because we're always thinking like,
She
you know,
believed
I
in
love
me.
him no matter what. He doesn't have to be shredded, all that stuff. I knew the level that he needed to be his best. Does that make sense? I knew that when he felt like he was in the physical shape that he was going to be better in business, and he was going to be a better dad, and he was going to be happier when he was with me. So I was going to get the best version of him when he was an elite version of himself. And I knew that I needed to shake that out of him because I saw him getting comfortable as a dad, as a husband, and as a business guy. So by me grabbing him and telling him how we're getting a little comfortable in his physical aspect, that fucked him up. So I was like, dude, and he changed and transformed into what he started in his transformation, and that was a big part of him. That's why he's always talking about that. So just think about that other side and what that would do to get your loved one into that shape or level in order to then feel, you know, back to being sexy, back to being like you can dominate the world, back to building that testosterone, to being like, I'm a hunter, I'm this, I'm that, and that power that comes along with it. That's more important. That other side of you know, somebody you want to see all the time looking their absolute best is one, but the other side is, I think, even more important.
It's good. So when they push you, just, you know, like lean into it. Don't get mad. Don't get cold. You know, because like, dude, it can either start a fire and you're growing, or it can start a fight. Okay? Like, dude, that's why I say like pride, ego, and entitlement are the death of all of you. Everybody wants their partner to believe in them more, right? Mm-hmm. You know the fastest way to get them not to believe in you? The fastest way, or to shut their fucking mouth, is when they tell you they believe in you, and they tell you they see more in you, and they tell you they want more, for you to shut them down. Like today, some of you are going to be inspired to open your mouth in which you've kept closed for a very long time. And when you go to tell your partner that I really want to see you do this, they can take it one of two ways. Well, you never told me that before. What, you saying you don't like me the way I am? You weren't even present today, were you? Like, that's so sad that you missed all of this. No. I'm saying I love you so much, and I know what you're capable of, and I want to push you, like we talked about today. I thought it was okay to open my mouth. I thought we were it was us against the world. Is it not? So that's, do you guys see? Normal, unnormal. Me and Jackie, everything she says to me, I know she's protecting me. I know she's bringing that next level out in me. I know her intentions. Do you fucking question your partner's intentions? Do you think they want to fuck you up? Do you think they want to tear you down? No, then quit fucking responding like they're trying to tear you down.
I was in the beginning.
They're not.
I'm just being honest. I was in the beginning trying to fuck you up because I just had to have my way, but then I had to change that. And that's why we talk about rules later.
Yeah,
but
like
yes,
we have a change of heart. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So.
And he
you know.
was too. I mean, that's what we were. Like, we fight to win all the time. That's what it was. And we had to change that in order to grow. being an alpha, because I was majorly alpha, very independent, and him being an alpha, you can either crash and freaking explode, or you can grow together into something very beautiful if you do it
Yeah,
right.
you take over the world or you fucking split. And then everything else in between's dead. Like, the reason why you guys are going to do your whole life together is because you're choosing your partner as the most dangerous son of a bitch in the world to do things with. Jackie picked me because I was broken. Some of you right now, your partner is fucking broken, and if you can help fix them, they are the most dangerous son of a bitch in the world. See, Jackie believed in me before I believed in me. And
I
once
was always attracted to projects, and actually everybody that I knew told me, do you know who this guy is? He was the guy that everybody was like, stay away from him. I mean, like, his mentor, my mentor at the time, and all of that, like, he told me, like, listen, Andy Elliott is trouble. I don't recommend you being with this guy. Like, he's crazy. And I looked at him and I looked at everybody else. I'm like, do I look like the type of girl that puts up with any shit? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, listen, one mistake and we're done. I said, that's it. I said, it doesn't matter what he did. It matters and I've always been attracted to fixing shit, which is my biggest freaking downfall in life. But that's probably the reason why we're here today, because building this business was hard as shit. It's the hardest thing we've ever really done. But Andy Elliott was my biggest project. Okay. But we had some really, 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 there's a big hard line in the sand that.
Yeah, why I changed, and by the way, like, you guys want to really know, like, when you guys really look at each other in the eyes and you tell, like, your partner what you see in them, and you're not just fucking around, you're like, look, let me tell you who I see in you. I see you like this. I see us doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with you, and we're going to do this. That's kind of what Jackie said to me when we got together. She goes, you've never met anybody like me. I'm positive of it. Okay? And by the way,
and nobody's ever believed in you either.
Yeah, and she's like, and that's what I was telling you. Jackie goes, I fucking believe in you. And no one else believes in you. And I know that. People fucking use you, and I'm the only motherfucker that's not going to use you. So you can lean in, and if you fuck me over, don't ever fucking try to explain.
I said, I'm not going to cry. I'm like, well, I don't
I'm out.
deserve this. Why did you do this to me?
I needed that. Some of you guys need that fucking hard, like, you fucking do this, you're fucking out.
I said, you just won't ever see
And
me
I
again.
needed that
was the
hard line. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always trying to be like, don't touch that. Like this. Like, don't touch it like that. Like, I'm not fucking touching it. Like, I'm kind of like, I still didn't touch, but like, I'll fucking play with fire and I'll tease the line. But dude, she goes, you don't want to tease this line. And like, sometimes we just need that, right? But also on the other side, I also didn't have any love growing up. You know what I mean? And I was thinking that success was money because we're fucking raised broke. So like, everything was about making money. Everything was
Another
tied into
mistake
dollar
we
and
made is
cents.
that he started seeing me like his mom, and I was like, dude, I'm not your mom. I'm your wife. Like, chill out.
Yeah, we went through some stages, right? But the most important thing is that everybody needs to know in this room right now that, like, dude, when y'all leave here today and your partner says, hey, we're going to fucking go get it, okay? No fucking lip. We need a plan. We need to attack it. We got to attack it viciously. It's you two against the world. You got to stay plugged into fucking people who think the same way you guys believe. You got to keep coming back. It's like our training seminars. We teach salespeople how to go kill it. They leave, they kick ass for 90 days, and then they never come back, and they're fucking gone. We check with them 6 months later, they're fucking bankrupt again. I'm like, bro, what the fuck, man? You left, you were fucking killing it, and then you never came back? It's like, we got to stay close.
Seek the same life together. So a lot of people ask me, hey, Jacqueline, how do you support Andy? Or how do I get my wife to support me the way you support Andy? Or how do we seek, how do we become more like-minded? How can I get her more interested in what I do and more supportive in what I do? And I just got to say, it's like a two-way street. You don't have to work together. We talked about this in the beginning, but you have to be growing together. And sometimes, we see one person, Andy started asking, hey, who is the breadwinner and all this other stuff. Well, sometimes we see that and we take that role of being that breadwinner, and you think that the other one is not equally important. Raising the kids, or whether you have kids or not, or taking care of the home, or even if you have a job that you love, you might be making the money, but you hate your job. You hate what you do, and the other person actually is bringing more positivity and actually feeding your relationship more with positivity and helping you grow because they're doing something they actually love. So you guys have to both grow together and seek that same life together. So it's more of a concession, you know, and you know it has to be equal on both sides. So you have to value what she does. She has to value what he does, and you know that's the only way that it's sustainable and you're both growing at the same level. You know, when we started the Elliott group, for example, I mean, Andy was like the face of the Elliott group, but I had to do all the dirty shit behind the scenes. Like I was writing the courses and doing all the stuff and making sure that legally we had all the stuff, all the tax stuff, making sure payroll was done, all this stuff. And if he did not show praise or show appreciation for that in that level, because everybody was like, oh, Andy Elliott, you're the best thing in the world, right? And I just got like I was the wife, but they didn't know what happened behind the scenes. They didn't know all the sweat and tears and all the sleepless nights and all the stuff that I had to do to take care of everything in order to keep him on his game. If he didn't give me that support, I would have burned out. See, sometimes in business, we tend to give our spouse, when they start working together, a lot of times we tend to give our spouse the stuff we don't want to do. You know, organize me, put my information into the CRM, follow up with the customers that don't answer, like do all the stuff that I hate to do, and then you burn them out. That's just it. So yeah, that's what happens a lot of different times. So we always have to make sure that we're both growing. And if they're not getting the praise from the other people for what you do because you're the face of your business and they're helping you, then you're going to have to step up that game and really show them that. So Andy did a good job by showing me that appreciation, you know, and he got better and better with time for me to sustain the freaking dirty freaking role that I had to do, because it was not fun freaking handling all of the stuff behind the scenes when, you know, he was getting all the praise. But what I'm saying is, like, it's okay to do it because I knew that there was a bigger picture, and we included our goals in our dream was that eventually we would merge and make this thing together, which is what we're starting to do now. And I knew that there was an end of a tunnel, and now we have a team that's coming together. We're starting to trust more people as they come in and everything. So it happens in business. You're going to have to do some dirty work. But along the way, you're going to have to keep it fun and show your appreciation to your spouse if that's the person that's helping you. Or even those roles, like I said, you can be a nurse, for example, and then he, you know, has a company, and then, you know, if you know and you value what she does because she loves what she does, you will support her and you'll all grow together and bring that home to the family.
Hey guys, I just want to tell you, you're the true 1%ers. You made it till the end of the video. Do me a favor, share it with the friend that wants to go to another level. Make sure you like the video, comment below so I know who you are, set your notifications, and then subscribe to the channel. We got daily sales training videos dropping. I'll see you soon.